I mean, listen, a Jazz fan who sent me a selfie today. Here he is. That's Meth Raccoon.
Yeah, I think that's on State Street somewhere.
It's Meth Raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Jazz fans in the comment section today and in the DMs and Monty, we're not drafting Cooper Flagg. We're waiting for AJ Dybantsa. So let me get this right. Now, I'm not very smart. Just ask Dan Davis.
Right.
El Stupido.
Right.
You want to be the worst team in the NBA for multiple seasons, to draft a guy who hasn't ever played a college basketball game.
But Monty dominated the high school circuit.
Instead of drafting Cooper's Pooper, who dominated a Team USA camp and almost made the team for the Olympics, then went to Duke and was one of the best players in the country, got significantly better throughout the year, played fantastic in the tournament. Nah, let's pass on that guy for AJ Dybantsa, who's never played a college game.
Jackass.
Come on, dude.
If you're that fan, honest to God, please.
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't be talking about who you're going to draft. You should be talking about how you're going to get the number one pick, right? Like, let's be real. If you don't get it in the lottery, I swear to God, and his son JC, you better leverage that stockpile of picks to go big game hunting. That's what you better do. Because if you don't get it in the lottery, and you don't leverage your picks and your war chest, as you've called it, what is the point?
How long are the Jazz going to be collecting assets?
Yeah, how long are we going to be sitting here, selling Jazz fans, a pail of crap about what your plans are, dude?
Cooper Flagg averaged 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 dimes, 2 blocks, and shot 50% from 3 during the NCAA tournament. Nah, you want to draft Dybantsa. You want to draft I'm sorry. During the season, he only averaged 19 points, 8 boards, 4 dimes. This kid sucks because he only shot 38.5%. You're out of your minds. If you win the number 1 pick, you're drafting Cooper Flagg. And I don't want to hear a word about it. You're drafting Cooper Flagg. There's nothing to talk about. And the draft lottery is just 7 minutes and 20 seconds away, which means it'll be 3 hours and 55 minutes before we find out who the number 1 pick is.
Seriously.
While they freeze the envelopes. You have to draft Cooper Flagg. Please stop with this nonsense that, AJ Dybantsa, shut up. Like, you're possessed.
Killing me.
You're possessed. Big Pontiff has a sexy ring to it.
Right.
Where's that Big Pontiff boy? Probably should move on. The G5 pie is disappearing faster than a turkey at Thanksgiving. It's getting tougher and tougher to make money at the G5 level. Big Pontiff, I love it when you call me Big Pontiff.
Macaque.
Couldn't help yourself.
No, I couldn't. That's my bad.
Big Daddy Magic, less than 10 minutes before the NBA idiots manifest destiny, the higher power will hook Victor up. Everybody say a silent prayer.
Dude, I'm not praying for your alien-looking friend, dude.
I hope San Antonio gets the number 1, Utah gets number 2 again. Dispersed yet number 3. Okay.
Victor's the way.
Okay. Johnny Gonzalez, Jazz are waiting for Steph Curry's kid. I've heard that. They're not going to draft Cooper Flagg because
Steph Curry's kid's going to Davidson, and then, at that point, we're going to draft, him in 2087.
But from what I understand, Danny Ainge is aware that Steph Curry hasn't even, spread that seed yet. So
is it possible that they could ride the D?
I mean, we're not even talking about trimesters at this point.
Guess you're not going to be aged.
Yeah, I mean, Danny's hoping that seahorse goes to work. You know what? Too much. Big Daddy Magic, the Jazz can have AJ. Let the Spurs have Flagg. It's 2 Fs in Flagg, please.
Yeah, you're another one of these guys that's a fan of like 10 teams, dude.
You early are.
Like, pick a team, bro.
Big Daddy Magic says, I think you're a genius. And I'm good looking, too. LOL, Jazz could wind up getting the first pick to get a good player and trade it away for crappy salary safe players.
And more picks, obviously.
Well, hey, you know.
And they're going to help the Lakers win a championship.
And the Yeti. The Utah or no, wait.
And it
sucks the Utah Hockey Club.
Because I don't want them to see me down.
I can't remember the name.
woolly up, you know?
Oh, yeah. Horns up or whatever they say.
Tusks up.
Tusks up. That rolls off the tongue like not. Yes, Marty, we'll do whatever it takes to get a BYU player on this roster. Ryan Smith's receding hairline also says losing is cheap. We'll keep leading the fans on.
We show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're going to win.
Don't blink.
Until you see this building. It's going to be amazing. Wait till you see the new Forks Up or Tusk. Okay. We're going to be awesome. Wait until you see those.
I don't know. I don't know if.
Wait until you see those purple Jazz uniforms that I forgot to order.
They got lost in the mail.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
He's just a hack.
And again, don't tell Jake, but I'm about to say something that's a drop to see how quick he can get it. Ryan Smith is playing a game called Just the Tip, and I don't know.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip.
Yeah, boy.
Good job. We'll see. Stadium got James. Jazz need to build a team around Cooper Flagg, 2 Fs. He's the next big thing. Okay.
Yeah, you're an expert in big things, huh?
That raccoon's name is Rocket, and we're going to be the guardians of the NBA. Hey, man, I'm telling you what.
Where's Buddy?
You put Rocket the raccoon with a meth pipe in his hand. I'll tell you what.
Who do they have? Who do the Jazz have representing them this fine evening?
Your mom. I'm just the Rocket, the meth head raccoon is the Jazz. Come on, you can't seriously tell me the Jazz would do this. Hakeem Olajuwon in the house for the Rockets. Man, I miss the dream shake, the step through move. Oh, other than Shaq, he's the best center that's ever. Never mind. That probably makes it too personal. Houston with a 3.8% chance for the number 1 pick. Going to say that's not going to happen. But we'll see. I don't know why Hakeem Olajuwon's been on the screen so long.
I don't know.
I think their machine's broken. But Ryan Smith's receding hairline. Mitch Johnson in the hizzy for the Spurs. We need Cooper Flagg because our racist fans will only cheer for white players. Wow.
Stay hard.
Wow.
Damn.
Jordy Fernandez in for the Nets, their head coach. Tusk you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Lamont Tucker, did you hear about Giannis? Yes, we did. Zion Williamson.
Dude, first team all fat ass is at the lottery, dude?
Chubbs is there for the Pelicans.
Wow.
I'm kind of surprised to see that.
Dude, he's iced up. He's got his chain on. Is he going to fall like 800 spots in this draft too?
Pels have a 12.5% chance to get the number 1 pick. Yes, we're going to talk about Giannis in a minute as we wind our way to the NBA draft lottery. Charles Lee. Wow, all the head coaches tonight, 14% chance. They sent Bub Carrington. The Wizards sent Bub Carrington.
What, Kyle Kuzma wasn't available?
Ashley Smith.
Get the hell out of here.
Ashley Smith representing the Jazz.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Bro.
All right, here we go. They're going to drop the frozen envelopes into the thing. Or no, they're not. They're already in order. Man, can you imagine?
Oh, boy.
Can you imagine if they open that first envelope and the Jazz have them last? Oh my God, I cannot. That would be Mark Tatum, NBA Deputy Commissioner in Chief. He doesn't do it ever.
Where's Commissioner Ears?
He doesn't do it. All right, the 14th pick in the NBA draft
The Utah Jazz
will go to the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 14th.
Yeah, screw them.
Big Daddy Magic's
Screw
dreams
'em.
have died.
Screw them.
Victor will not play with Cooper. The Atlanta
Okay,
Hawks go
okay,
13th.
okay.
Oh,
Okay, in here we have a picture of what the pre-lottery odds were.
oh, Victor Wembanyama does not get Cooper Flagg.
Okay, so far I think we're status quo. Then we have the Bulls.
The Bulls are at
Okay,
12.
we're status quo.
We are status quo.
Okay, so by the numbers,
Is
the
this
Mavericks.
Dallas? No, it's Portland. Portland had the 10th odds. Portland gets the 11th pick. Oh, boy. Oh, that said Dallas, or no. Okay, that was the other. The Houston Rockets will pick 10th. Dallas
Boy,
moving up.
Dallas is moving up here.
Dallas is moving up
Wow.
now. Here we go into the 9th spot now.
Hawks again.
The Toronto Raptors.
Oh, Raptors. What am I doing?
The Toronto
Being an idiot.
Raptors. Let's see who gets the 8th pick. We're seeing
Come on.
now. Are we taking a break now? Okay. With
Okay.
the 8th pick, the Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh, they fell.
The Brooklyn Nets get the 8th pick. They were 6. They fall to 8. The New Orleans Pelicans. Chubbs didn't bring them any luck.
Damn.
Are the 7th pick. Who's going to be number 6? The Washington Wizards.
Okay, so that's one team that had 14%.
Yeah, that's one
So
team.
that's a win for the Jazz right there.
Number 5. Number 5.
Number
Ooh.
5.
Let's see who it is.
Okay, we're doing TV drama right now. We're showing everyone's face.
It is the Utah Jazz.
Oh!
The Utah
Dude.
Jazz.
You went 17 and 55 for the 5th overall pick?
Wow.
Bruh.
Holy cow. Holy cow. So now we get really
Bro.
interesting. Now we get really interesting.
Okay, we're taking a break now.
We go to commercial break. The Jazz don't get any. They don't get it. They do not get it.
Immediate Utah beat writer or reporter reaction. The 5th pick, that sucks. Yet again, Utah got hosed.
So the Spurs get that 14th spot via Atlanta. So they still have a shot at Cooper. So they lose one of them. Adam Schefter, the streak continues. Another Jazz lottery loss. The Jazz are
Jazz
cursed.
fans, it's rigged. Okay.
They are cursed. They are cursed. Everybody is laughing at the Jazz. And now the Mavericks have moved up into the draft lottery for the first time in franchise history. How justified, how apropos would it be if the Dallas Mavericks wind up with that top pick? That would be incredible. I don't even know what you would say if they wind up with that. That would be Dallas and Philadelphia have moved into the top 4 with Charlotte and San Antonio. So now San Antonio's own pick winds up in the top 4. Who do you think gets it? I think, is it not Dallas?
I think Dallas is getting it.
You did him a favor, right? You did him a favor. Gabriel, if the Mavs get it, Jesus Christ. You think they draft Jesus Christ?
And his dad.
Wow. I thought, but we didn't like nepotism with Dion and Shedeur. That would be okay. Wasikowski, kind of like the Red Wings being cursed in the NHL draft, very much. Dallas gets a top spot and teams like the AD just a little bit more. I would think so. If Dallas gets Flagg, I swear. How pissed are people? Oh my God. I mean, yeah, the odds did bear out. 48% chance at number 5. You were this crappy.
I'm not I'm not taking prisoners, dude. This is I don't feel bad for Jazz fan. Your owner chose to tank and didn't spend money on the roster, didn't invest. Instead, got taxpayer dollars to revitalize the building and downtown and do all this cool stuff. And you were focused on bringing a hockey team to Salt Lake, and now you want us to cry you a river? Get the hell out of here, dude.
Right? It's trending on Twitter. Ryan Smith is evil. Oh my God.
I mean, with all due respect, dude, I'm just maybe, and again, I'm happy to be that guy. Maybe you shouldn't have been tanking. Maybe you should have traded Jordan Clarkson when you had the chance. Maybe you should have tried to build a roster that was akin to the one that you inherited, which was Western Conference Finals quality, instead of tearing it down to do nothing.
And again, I just continue to say Ryan Smith. I think Ryan Smith is just bad at marketing. When he celebrated, and I'll grab this tweet. I want you guys to see this. He celebrated his mammoth getting the 4th pick, right? And people were not happy about it. And he says one lottery down, right? Oh, my bad. Wrong one. He says one lottery down. Here it is. My bad. One lottery down, 1 to go, right? Wow, one lottery down, 1 to go. Now you just got screwed out of the lottery. What lottery were you mentioning?
Nice job.
I just feel like this is bad karma. And here we are, back in Chicago, watching the NBA lottery live.
It really bothers me that you went 17-65.
Jesus.
You put your fans through that.
So it's Hornets, Sixers, Spurs, and Mavs. Can you imagine if San Antonio comes through here? And then they would have the 14th pick and the number 1 pick. Is everybody rooting for Dallas?
I kind of am, yeah.
I'm not.
Nico Harrison riding the absolute roller coaster if they get the number 1 overall.
All right,
pick.
here we go. The number 4 pick
Charlotte
will be the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
The Charlotte Hornets are number 4.
That was kind of predictable. I feel like this is going to be the 76ers, and it's going to be 2 Texas teams.
Oh, my God. He called it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is going to be San Antonio. Dallas will have the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, my God. Jake got it right. The Dallas Mavericks get the number 1 pick.
Nico Harrison for president.
Woohoo! I am telling you. I should just never do another show. What did I tell you when they made this trade for Luka? They did the right thing. They did the right thing. They did the right thing. Cooper Flagg will now be a Dallas Maverick. That is a huge win. That is a massive win. That does not happen if Luka's on that team. Wow, Big Daddy Magic, you were so close. You were so close.
Nico Harrison's an absolute G, dude.
The
guy is a stud now. There's no getting around it.
Is there any other way that, I mean, is there any other way? I mean,
this picture of Nico.
Yeah,
Harrison.
the side eye, Nico,
Dude,
the side eye.
Bro.
I think it's justice. I absolutely think it's justice, man. I'm not even. I think
Anthony
it is
Davis,
justice.
Cooper Flagg, and Kyrie Irving. And at a minimum, Kyrie and Cooper Flagg.
Well, and the problem is Kyrie's going to he has a massive injury. So it's very difficult if you're the Mavericks to project how an older Kyrie Irving bounces back.
I have to say, I would be remiss. I would be doing you guys wrong if I did not bring up the conspiracy theories about, hey, you just did one of the wildest trades in the NBA only to get the number 1 overall pick. Tell me the NBA is not writing conspiracies behind the scenes with the great extender officiating the Knicks Celtics game tonight. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Like, this is incredible. This is what the lottery should be for the NBA, dude.
How did you know it was going to go that way?
You could just feel it. You could just, because Charlotte's not super relevant. So Charlotte was never going to get the number 1 overall pick. You had 2 teams from Texas that were vying for the number 1 overall pick, and Side-Eye over here just pulled off one of the most ridiculous trades in history to go and get the number 1 overall pick. You could just feel it. Once the Jazz were out of it, because remember what happened. Washington fell out. I think they were like 8th or something like that. Washington fell out. So one of the 14% odd teams was out. And then you had Charlotte there. They go out at the 4th. And you could just see it. Okay, Charlotte's 4. 76ers are 3. Spurs are going to be 2 because they already have VW. And Dallas.
You think it's 100% rigged?
I think, yeah. I feel very strongly that
the NBA said to the Dallas Mavericks, make this trade with the Lakers and we'll hook you up with the number 1 pick in the draft lottery.
I think I don't know if it's that deep. I think that Nico Harrison did some Nico Harrisoning. And NBA was like, and Commissioner Ears was like, oh, this was one of the most controversial trades in league history. Why don't we go ahead and, let's see if Anthony Davis goes out. And if he does, if Kyrie goes out, what better market to market the NBA in than Dallas?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Because now look at the state of Texas, dude, for the NBA.
Yeah.
Houston's in a really good spot. And by the way, really quick sidebar. Houston ownership, and I can't remember which one of these guys said this. It might have been just a sources thing, but it came out this morning that Houston allegedly is moving on from the prospect of trading for Devin Booker because they're all in on Jalen Green. They believe that Jalen Green is just their dude.
Stop.
Buddy averaged 13 points in the playoff on 37% shooting. I'm going to guess that you're not passing on Devin Booker for those numbers. So I just think that the NBA, what they do, and I don't blame them for this. See, this is where I part company with people. I don't blame the NBA for this. This is their job, right? Hey, crazy trade happens. AD gets hurt. They basically drop out of the playoff picture at that point. And now you have a situation where the state of Texas can power the league in a sense, or it can be a great secondary. And here we are. So when I'm sitting there with those 4 teams on the screen, it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, they're going to give the number 1 pick to San Antonio, even though San Antonio's got VW already. I got news for you. San Antonio is not a big enough market to have VW and Cooper Flagg, dude.
Big Daddy tragic.
Come on,
Cooper said I was no way in hell were you playing for that camel toe franchise Dallas. Demand to be traded to the Spurs.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Jeff Woodworth, breaking news. Mavericks just trade number 1 pick to the Lakers for Bronny James. Backwoods Sexy Mike Smith, the NBA universe said they would not send the best player to play with the alien. It has to be true.
Yeah.
Washcloth Trick says, ouch.
Yeah, I think that I'm sorry, man. I can't give a free pass on tanking anymore. I just don't think it's a guarantee. I don't think that it works. I don't think that, it works if you're good with top 5. I think your chances of being a top 5 team, if you're 17-65, are reasonable. Even though,
but Dante Exum worked out for the Jazz. He's their cornerstone friend.
Oh, wait,
that's right.
Wait. He played for Dallas for a while too, didn't he?
That's right. Dude, don't even get me started on the Jazz drafting.
So this is my point. I'm just saying, like, you chose once again, you chose luck over a proven path. If you're the Jazz, can we all get down with that? Because the lottery is at best luck, right? Everyone's outraged. 14. Can you put the thing back up on the screen? 14% chance to get the number 1 pick if you're the Jazz, along with, Washington and Charlotte.
Washington.
And everyone's pissed because Dallas was at 8.5%.
Had 1.8%.
1.8%
overall,
chance.
number 1 overall, 1.8%.
So if we're just going luck of the draw, Charlotte, you got eliminated out of this right away, right? You are now, where are you? You are now number 5 overall. So you're out of it. Washington was out of it, and Charlotte got lucky enough to be top 4. Like, I just don't understand the logic of, hey, I'm a newer owner in the league, less than 10 years in the league as an owner. I have all these billions of dollars from selling Qualtrics, and my thought was bring hockey to Utah and not invest in the Jazz to win ball games.
Wild. Big Daddy tragic. This is not fair for Victor. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I don't. It's just so unfair. Come on, man. Replica to all my MFFLs brethren. We're back. We're so back.
Yeah, I would agree that it starts a new timeline.
MFFL is Mavs fan for life. So I mean, it's an incredible win. I understand that Mavericks fans were pissed when I said this is a good trade for the Mavericks. Building around Cooper Flagg, that's a good trade for the Mavericks. Trading Luka Doncic, who you now know who he is in LA. You were never winning a championship with him. I'm telling you, Nico did the right thing. You don't have to like it, but if you win a championship inside of 5 years, you're never going to be upset with Nico again. And I think it's just huge. Mr. Ed Weiner, the basketball gods looked out for the beleaguered Dallas Maverick fans. I believe they did. Believe they did.
Time, bro, we're focused on the Mavericks. As a Jazz fan, this has nothing to do with the Mavericks. As a Jazz fan, you should be pissed that you tanked and got nothing for it. And you want to say the NBA is rigged. And I largely agree. The NBA pushes storylines. 100% agree with that, and that's their job. But you wouldn't be in this position if you would have done what you said you were going to do, which is big game hunting, and we're going to make a winner, and our goal is to be the best.
Adam Schefter from ESPN tweeting, one NBA executive estimated privately in recent weeks that winning the draft lottery would be worth a minimum of $500 million and maybe up to $1 billion for one lucky franchise because of Cooper Flagg. It is so rare that you have a generational player. But I think this is who Jazz fans have become. We're not drafting Cooper Flagg. AJ Dybantsa plays at BYU. Do you understand now how stupid that sounds? It's wild. By the way, big shout out to Replica, who's been a member of the show for 9.
Hang on, I gotta get back over here. All right, go ahead.
9 months. Replica, appreciate you.
Yeah, nice job.
Appreciate you.
I don't know. I am very much stuck on this concept of Jazz fans are pissed off at the NBA instead of being pissed off at what their front office didn't do.
But I think there's moves to be made. Let me ask you about this Laker thing.
Yeah.
Should the Lakers trade Austin Reeves? Well, if it gets you Giannis Antetokounmpo, yes, you should. Laker fan being all upset. I was listening to 710 ESPN in LA today. Laker fan fired up that they would consider trading Austin Reeves for Giannis. You're out of your mind. Make that trade every day. Giannis is the guy that'll bring another banner to crypto. Make the deal. If you have to trade Austin Reeves and it gets you Giannis, is there anything to think about? No, there's not. He is exactly what you need. Exactly what you need. And listen, I understand it's tough to let go of a guy like Austin Reeves because he is very good, but you got to do what you got to do to win rings. That's
Totally
what
agree.
this thing's about. Because if you don't make that trade, you wind up, look at where Phoenix is. They don't have a draft pick this year. No number 1 pick. They're in purgatory. You got to go and leverage your established young player. Go get a superstar. And I'm telling you, I think if you put, can you imagine Giannis, LeBron, and Luka on the same team?
Be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be awesome.
That would be incredible.
Be absolutely awesome, dude. And the NBA obviously is sunsetting the LeBron and Steph era. Like, that's coming to an end for the league, and they need that next thing. And I can assure you that Cooper Flagg and company are the next thing. And again, because it's just happened and everyone's all upset about it or in their feels about it, I have to ask, and I agree with this sentiment about Giannis, and this would be my point to the Jazz as well. If the NBA is rigged, and again, my opinion is they push narratives. They want people talking about the league.
Yes.
They want their markets to do well. LA and New York are always going to do well. Chicago will do well when they have a better owner, but LA and New York are always going to do. Boston's always going to do well. But Dallas is a market that is well-to-do. A lot of people there. Mavs fans are awesome. They need that market to do well.
A lot of hat and cattle.
A lot of hat and cattle, dude. A lot of oil money. 50-gallon bucket hats, right? So to me, I sit here and I look at this and I say, okay, for the Jazz fan that's saying the NBA is rigged, this is ridiculous, this is crazy. Why are you tanking? Why are you trying to lean on the lottery to build your team?
I don't know.
Because if it's rigged, you were never going to get that spot anyway, right? I mean, if that's what we're saying. So my point just is, stop complaining the NBA is rigged. Stop saying that you're a victim. And start building a roster through actually spending something called the dollar. Build something. Come on.
You end up 5th outside of the window. It's brutal.
A complete waste of a tank job.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is, man. I just, big blue horses. Ainge is trading back for more picks. None of the teams ahead of them have any incentive to talk to Ainge. Danny, you're not going to be able to do that. Comment dump. Jazz get Knipples from Duke, freshman to move on from Markkanen.
Yeah, so now all you Jazz fans out there are sitting here talking about all right, we're going to have to move on from Lowry? Are we going to have to, what are we going to have to do? To what? Because again, and this is the question we've bandied about. We haven't talked a lot of Jazz on the show because frankly, there hasn't been a lot to talk about until tonight. What's the path?
You have to trade Lowry Markkanen.
Yeah.
You have to trade him. And this was always the eventuality. Ryan Smith does not pay guys big money. You're going to trade Lowry Markkanen this summer. And we'll see. I honestly do not understand how Jazz fans think Ryan Smith is trying to do anything other than sell cheap concessions. Just keep bringing your kids to the game.
And by the way, just interesting point that I'm saying here. Should be noted that the Mavericks have the number 1 pick, and the Dallas NBA team that I don't know the name of their team, I apologize, also got the number 1 pick and drafted Paige Beckers.
WNBA team.
Yeah. So
Dallas Wings?
Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. But my point is I'm just telling you guys, it's not a Jazz thing. You guys all think that the Jazz are a victim, and you're saying, oh my God, everyone. No, it's not about the Jazz. It's about the Dallas market for the NBA, dude.
Yeah, I think the Jazz are irrelevant in the conversation, frankly. Jared and I told everyone the Jazz will pick 5th. Good, that's what they get. Yeah, you should have tried to win games. The Buffalo Hunter, I'll continue to not support the Jazz or the hockey club Yeti Mammoth because Ryan Smith wants to dump money into TDS instead of the Jazz. Could be. Shouldn't have spent all your luck and money on the Mammoths, who, they wound up getting the 4th pick. As I said, and everybody laughed at me when I asked about this. Why is Ryan Smith proud of this right here? Why are you proud of being in the lottery? Why are you celebrating being in the lottery? Does that not register for anybody? Why are you celebrating being in the lottery?
Where's the Ryan Smith tweet? Where's the tweet about this? Right? And this is my point. This is my precise point. Go to dude's Twitter. Nothing there about the Jazz.
Nope.
Not going to comment on the fact that you just wasted 82 games, putting your fans through misery, making a bunch of money on a full building most nights because Jazz fans are that good. This is my point about dude, man. And I didn't, we didn't talk about, before the show talking about Ryan and all this that much because I assumed the Jazz would be top 2. I kind of just figured top 3, But I have to say, I'm not even a Jazz fan, and it really bothers me, dude. You went on, let me get this right. What do I see? What's today? Today's the 12th. What do I see on dude's Twitter feed? You went on PMS's show again on the 9th. Yeah. Okay. On the 10th, Saturday, today, 10 hours ago, happy Monday, let's get it, take note. Yeah. No other tweets since then, dude. So it just bothers me, man. The Jazz, the organization deserves better, man.
Jazz fans deserve better. And I hope it's not Con Knippel. I really do. I really do. Roche, if the NBA is rigged, then I'm optimistic the Mormons will pull strings at some point soon and get a stud.
Apparently.
You hope so. The AJ honks are the same ones that you go to their knees, that go to their knees for the JIMMER, thus zero credibility. Yeah. Johnny Gonzalez, hoarding picks. Who are you, Sam Presti?
Right.
Jared says Ainge is washed. I don't think Ainge is washed. I think he doesn't have money to spend.
Yeah, I think he's got two hands tied behind his back.
Yeah. Big Daddy Magic. Maybe the Greek Freak will be freaking out about playing with Victor because we are trading the number 1 pick. What
are you talking about, dude?
Dialis Antetokounmpo. Exactly. D-Rock 15. It's rigged. No way NBA just happens to send Flagg to the Mavs.
I would agree. That's a conversation.
I don't know what you would be talking about. I think it's rigged, but that's me. If it wasn't Dallas, it would have been Philly.
Agreed.
Roche, the Jazz need to peak right before the Olympics, make real runs, rig that hairline, and you might be redeemed.
I just don't know how you in good conscience support the Jazz or the hockey club based on what he's done with tax money, based on what he hasn't done with either club. Neither club's a playoff team.
And should have been the Utah Hockey Club should have made the NHL playoffs.
Yep.
And he wouldn't spend money to improve the team.
They were a bubble team for sure. They were right on the line.
How many worse teams have dropped to 5 the last couple of years? 48% is way worth the number 14. Is way worth than 14. The house always wins. The house always wins.
Yeah. So Brandon, and you're one of the long times, and you're a Jazz fan, obviously. This is my question to you, bro. Like, at what point do you say, all right, yeah, bro, enough's enough until you show me that you're actually trying? At what point do you say, like, I can't feel good about it because your tax money's going to this dude now? Like,
yeah, I don't know how you keep supporting.
I don't know how, in good conscience, as a Salt Lake resident, you can do this, because I personally can't, and I'm not even a Jazz fan. Like, it bothers me that much.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I truly do not understand it. Delaric says Dallas wings. Thank you. Jazz is, quote, let's sell anything good we have and people will spend money on the team he puts out there. Truth. Big Daddy Tragic. The only victim is Victor. Stupid NBA lottery being rigged. Why would it make sense for the Spurs to get Cooper Flagg? Why would that make sense? I fully believe it's rigged. I don't even. And if you're the NBA, I think you want it rigged.
Yeah, you're trying to control the narrative.
Why would you put Cooper Flagg and Victor Wembanyama on the same roster knowing that this NBA has an identity problem? You would never do that, in my opinion. Jazz 2026 season will be a repeat of 25. I believe they lose their 26 first rounder if it's not top 5. Could be. Could be the same season. Pistons rebuilt through revamping their scouting. Jazz should learn a thing or two. They just did that.
Allegedly.
And they went all in on development. You know. This is crazy. Laker fans going crazy on Twitter saying it's rigged. They got rid of 80s defense for Luka. They can't perform, and they also get flagged. Well, I think if the Lakers end up with the Lakers are not a rookie team. They don't play young guys. They haven't. They won't. You look at Dalton Connect. They tried to trade him, then got him back, and the guy never saw a sniff in the playoffs. Right? So, to me, I don't. Yeah. If you're a Laker fan, you should be talking about the Giannis trade. You should be talking about the Giannis trade. Let's go. My guy White made a 3-pointer. What did we have tonight on Prize Picks? I already forgot what I have on Prize Picks, which is wild to me. Use the promo code Monty to open up a new Prize Picks account. I didn't take him for threes. I took Jalen, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
That's right. And the Knicks can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. They have missed 2 really bunny looks. So we'll see how this game plays out. Knicks and Celtics, 5-0 Boston with 11 minutes to go in the first quarter, just underway. Knicks should learn to dunk the basketball.
At some point.
I mean, they miss so many layups.
Yeah, easy ones.
Yeah, and Anunoby is going to shoot a 3, which I hate.
An absolute brick.
Good Lord. It is flagged. Oh, whoa. Bronny James to the Bucks for Giannis.
Right.
Sure. It's Flag Day in Dallas. Big Daddy Tragic. I'm talking to the Attorney General of Utah about this. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Sue the NBA?
Wasn't Gabriel the one that was running smack about Donovan Mitchell?
No, it was Anthony Eason.
Oh, Anthony Eason. My bad.
Yeah.
How can the Lakers trade with the Bucks though? 3-team deal.
Yeah,
You have to have multiple teams because they're hard capped.
That's got 3-4 teams written all over it.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure that out, in my opinion. Yeah. Did anybody hear that Donovan Mitchell now re-aggravated an ankle injury? So what did I tell you? Scores a lot of points individually and is always hurt.
And I have to say, dude, and 3 minutes on this because I am certainly not the only one bringing this up. It is all over the media. Not a good look if you're Donovan Mitchell that your team was down by whatever it was at the half, a lot. And, you know, you had rolled your ankle. You were kind of limping around at the end of the half there. You know, playoff game. You think, all right, no big deal. He's limping around. Tape it up. Take a shot. Whatever you got to do. You know, it is what it is. Comes out and, at the end of the break or whatever, starts shooting and just can't do it. Like, nah, can't do it. Bend over. You're hurt. Like, it's not a great look, dude. And I understand that this is a guy that's played through injury before, but at some point, like, you have to get over the reputation you've built for yourself, which is exactly what you've been saying, which is, I'm going to score a lot of points. My team's going to lose. And it's, oh, well, like, come on, man. Like,
That's who you are.
It's who you are.
And I love Donnie. I do. Derek White, God damn it. Derek White's already got the 2 3-pointers Jake talked me out of taking.
Well,
I should just begin crying here on the Monty Show. He's already got 2 3-pointers. Already got them. I could have had the easy dub tonight. Ridiculous. All right, let's see. Brandon, Big Pontiff, water is wet. Donnie has lower leg injuries in the second round. You can set your watch to it. Yes, you can. Donnie was perfect for the Jazz because he gets injured in the playoffs. Ryan Smith doesn't care about making the playoffs. Exactly.
hey, great point.
Delaric, it will be Lakers, Bucks, and Jazz in a trade.
Yeah,
Write
gotta
it
make
down.
the Lakers better, dude.
Danny Ainge making the Lakers better. Write
Yeah.
it down right now.
Dude,
Man, the Knicks are
bro.
terrible right now.
I just
So many turnovers. So many turnovers. Johnny Gonzalez says, oh, yeah, I'm so hard capped right now.
Stay hard.
That's exactly right. See what he did, the hard cap.
yeah, hard capped.
You know, Buffalo Hunter, Ainge is cooked too. He also more focused on TDS than improving the Jazz. Dude, he does not have payroll to spend. He doesn't have it. Brian Smith is not going to spend money. Johnny Gonzalez, marking into the Bucks, Giannis to the Lakers, Bronny to the Jazz.
Sounds like a great deal, dude.
How pissed would people? Oh my God. The people would lose their minds.